Okay, right now I'm promoting somebody else too. I'll put this link in the links below. It's a petition to bring this book back on Amazon. So somebody, I don't know if you guys know or not, as you may or may not know, you can self-publish books and upload them to Amazon, but a lot of times if they don't agree, or if they don't agree with your point of view, then they can, like, you know, refuse to sell your book. So somebody made a book called No Dress For Timmy. I forgot how to pronounce the person's name, but I will put it's Shefflorn. I don't know if I'm saying their name right. Don't kill me. But I'm gonna hook you up. I'm gonna put your link in the bottom. And if you see this video, please put a link to where they can buy it, because hopefully you're selling it somewhere else besides Amazon. I mean, the Amazon's the only place that you can sell books, but it's like the biggest. So of course you want your stuff up there. So if you're selling it somewhere else at the moment, please buy it. No Dress For Timmy. So with all of the crazy, you know, agenda to confuse children about their sexuality, when there's lots of children's books talking about different, you know, gender fluidities, and teaching them this at a very young age, when they're just trying to wrap their heads around what a boy and a girl is. I mean, they got that figured out. I know is when I was teaching kids, they got that figured out from a very young age. But to teach them this when their minds are still developing, it's just very twisted, I think. So there's a book that's countering this called No Dress For Timmy, and I guess the premise of the book is the boy's friend is, you know, feeling like gender fluid, and he's like, I want to wear a dress, and he's like, yeah, no dress for you, Timmy, you know. So and this whole thing with you know, parents injecting their children with hormones. I mean, it's unreal. I saw this. It was in Australia. It was like a Dateline or 60 Minutes type program in Australia, and the mother, the little boy was, I guess when he was, I don't know, like 7 or 8. He was like, I'm gender fluid and I don't want to be a boy, or I don't want to be a boy anymore. I want to be a girl. So she agreed to let him go on hormone therapy. And now he's a teenager. He's like, yeah, I want to be a boy. But he kind of looks like a girl because he develops a little bit. Like his face is really soft looking, and, you know, but he's just, you know, he started growing breast. So he's going to have like a breast reduction and all this other stuff to make him look more manly again. He's going to have surgery. Hopefully it didn't affect his genitals, because a lot of, as you may or may not know, those hormones affect your genitals. Well, your body will go up, but your genitals won't. So if you wanted to grow up to have the surgery, you won't be able to. It's really twisted. Plus, I mean, if it's not for a child to decide to tell these parents, I mean, that's a whole nother issue too, about how much control parents let their children have. It's insane. Like, even like the way that some children talk back to their parents, I'm like, I'd be dead. My parents did not play. I got whipped in front of Dumbo at Disneyland. I got whipped at like Kmart. I got whipped at the LA County Fair because I wanted to ride another time on the bumper boats for kids, and they were like, get off, like, you know, the kids, like, you know, it's one of those rides where they give you a certain amount of time, they time it. And then I was like, this is the bomb. Like, I don't want to get off. But it was time for me to go. And I was like holding on to the steering wheel. I was like, no, I want to go again. I want to go again. Mama was like, get your ass up off the boat. And I was like, ah! But, you know, I'm fine. I'm not dead. I don't want to kill myself. And it taught me that I can't be like that. If not, I'd be like, you know, a grown woman with a 7-year-old temper tantrum. And that's the problem with society today, is that a lot of these children have not been taught to control their temper, and they've been given everything they want, and they just end up being a hot, unhappy, psychotic mess. You know, I don't believe in, you know, abusing children, You know, because there's a difference between spanking people and abusing people. And my best friend who was abused and spanked, he made that distinction very clearly, because he would talk about his dad that was an alcoholic that would come and take his, you know, day out on him and just beat him for no reason. He didn't even know why he was getting beat. And then his grandmother that would, you know, spank him when he would be a smart ass, you know. So he was like, as an adult, he's like, I'm really grateful that I was spanked. But, you know, I'm traumatized by the fact that my dad just beat me, right? So, I mean, the people that are like into peaceful parenting and no loud voices and let their kids walk all over them, I just, you know, a lot of these people they're raising monsters. They are. You know, if they let their children walk all over them, they don't teach them boundaries. I think you can also be a peaceful parent and have boundaries. You know, there's still parents I know that don't have to spank their children, or don't spank their children, and their children are very respectful. So I don't believe that you have to spank your children all the time. I'm just a smart ass, and now that I look back on it, I was one of these children that needed to be spanked. And I've never spanked anybody's kids, and I've never, you know, laid a hand on anybody's child before. But I think they're people. It just depends on their personality. You know, I was just very like, I didn't like being told what to do. I still don't like being told what to do. That's just my personality. But as a child, I'm really grateful for my parents for teaching me boundaries and respect of other people. And the old kind of like lesson is, if you don't learn those lessons when you're a kid, like somebody's gonna beat the crap out of you when you're an adult, and you're gonna have to learn that way. And the older you get, you know, the harder it's going to get for you if you don't learn that lesson really, really soon. But just going back to being tangential again, but going on, please check out, sign this petition for this book to get it back on Amazon, or go buy it. I think it actually would be just more powerful to go buy it. I mean, I signed the petition, but sign the petition, and then if this person's selling it somewhere else, then go buy it, because show this person their support. I think that, you know, this needs to be countered with art. You know, art and literature and music is very powerful, and this is another tool that the left is using to brainwash people. And that's why we have these Antifa crazy, like, psychopaths running around dressing like unicorns, and, you know, just thinking it's okay to do whatever they want. And, you know, it's getting ridiculous. So props to this person for writing this book, and please go support them. So anyway, that's it, guys. All right, peace and love. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Mwah.